What's good, YouTube? It's Auston Holleman back with another reaction video. And guys, I would like to announce that I'm about to start dropping 3 of these reactions a day. Yes, that means I'm going to spend at least 3 hours a day just doing reactions, and I'm going to continue to upload a daily vlog. So if you guys like that, give the video a like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you leave a comment on any suggestions or criticism. And guys, let me tell you the best way to criticize Auston. If you criticize me in a rude way, it goes in one ear and out the other. If you tell me, hey Auston, your videos are doing good, but you suck at this, you could do this better, I'm gonna listen to that and you'll see I'll tell you thank you. But if you say, man, something gonna happen to you, you keep talking too crazy, I'm gonna say F you and go to the next comment. I'm just being real with you because I get people that criticize me all the time in person. I take note of it. I found out another American is living in my building. He criticized me, told me that I've been easing off the gas already a little bit, but I need to ease off a little more. I took that into account, so that works. But today's video is passport bros are leaving the Dominican Republic for this reason. I have never been to the Dominican Republic, but I know that there are a lot of us down there, and I know that the passport pookie culture is strong down there. And there's some bad things that have happened. There's a lot of Americanization going. I haven't watched any of the videos that I ever react to. I haven't watched this one. This is by O'Shea Duke Jackson. Shout out to him. I'm going to link his channel. And from the thumbnail I've seen is TaylorMadeDreams. I'm going to link both of their channels in the title and in the description. But let's see what they talk about.
Community has been going on for a long time on Black YouTube. In actuality, it's preceded YouTube. In the 80s, Ebony wrote this article about black men going to Brazil, and that article was sort of pejorative. And then there was a follow-up article which motivated Mr. Al.
Now, if you guys don't know about this article, I haven't read it, but I've heard a lot about it. Men have been going to Brazil for a while. As you can see, this came out in the 80s. Now, black women have been criticizing men for that long about traveling. This is not new. Just due to social media, it's being put more on the forefront, just like anything else with social media.
Agrees to create the Frustrated documentary. Now, that's when brother Charles Tyler comes into play. The late great Charles Tyler was from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. He died in Rio de Janeiro in 2017. But the next guy who took the torch was none.
What is the American woman doing down there? I've seen this clip before. And he's telling her that he loves black women, which I wouldn't even have done that explaining. But why is she even down there?
Other than TaylorMadeDreams. Wherever the brother Charles Tyler dropped off, brother TaylorMadeDreams picked it up. Instead of being in Brazil, he was in the Dominican Republic. Now, I remember when I first met the brother, about 2018, we had some few interviews. He's a good buddy of mine. But he made this interesting video about him leaving the Dominican Republic. Now, let me just say this. With the Passport Brother community, there are guys of many different ages, backgrounds, but the most, I would say, guys that are doing the best tend to be retired men, whether they were in the military or they had a pension or had businesses. Those are the guys that have a lot more flexibility. And TaylorMadeDreams is retired. But I kind of want to get into some of the reasons why he felt like he needed to leave, and then we'll come back.
Certain times you just have to do what's best for you. You're going to take care of business. You're going to take care of what's happening. I'm not leaving Dominican Republic messy. Basically, I told the attorneys, listen, I'm not paying you no boob gobs of money to prosecute a motherfucker. I'm not doing it. $300 or $400 for you to file the paperwork, I'm good with that. You talking over that, kiss my ass. So I got robbed by him, so now I got to get robbed by you. And I got a prosecutor who won't do his fucking job. I'm out. Keep this motherfucker. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. So I basically told my attorneys, adios. This was an hour, right? A freaking hour. An hour after it was done. See this? Tooth, right? See this? The tooth. Hold on. I ain't even moving my hand. Keeping this hand in place. See this? Oh yeah, I got more of these too. I got more of these. They all came off eating a salad.
Ah. Now, I didn't know why he was talking about this, but it's from what I can see so far, he's gotten dental work done and he ate a salad and the teeth came out. Going to other countries to get surgery done and, implants and stuff like that is a lot cheaper, but I don't know how cheap he went, but don't go too cheap because it gets risky.
A salad.
And don't believe this too, because I got almost all of my tattoos done overseas because of how cheap it was. I probably spent a max of maybe $2,000 on both sides of my chest, both arms of tattoos. And had I done that in the States, I'd be running close to like maybe 10 grand worth of tattoos. It's just not that serious to me. So I got them done overseas and people were like, man, you're really my friend. They sent me all these hepatitis possibilities that you could get overseas. And I'm like, dude, thanks for your concern. But in order to not catch a disease with a tattoo, just make sure they use a new needle. And it's literally impossible. And those needles come in wrappers. But why is it that Americans think everything outside the United States is bad? I'm gonna go get my teeth cleaned in Brazil by the dentist over there. Oh, they gonna give you something. They ain't brushing it. The clippers are dirty. You ain't even been over there. How do you know that? There's dirty barbers, there's dirty dentists, there's dirty tattoo artists right there in Texas. There's luxury tattoo artists, luxury everything else right there in Brazil. Just like anywhere else in the world, there's good and there's bad.
A salad. And after I ordered the cordon bleu, that was it. The chicken killed it. Chicken killed it.
All right. So I want to talk about the issues that passport brothers have overseas. And a brother like TaylorMadeDreams, who lived in the military, was in the military, lived overseas because of the military, has an extensive, background and experience. But some of the things he was talking about right there, we don't even really think about as black men living overseas with a passport. Now, I know some guys are, wanting to go live out there in Brazil every day or live in Colombia all the time. But you don't look at the negatives, like you need a visa to live there. You need an income to live there. And also, the law, does it work? Let me just be honest. I love being in Uganda. I love being in parts of the continent. But now, the law might not work as well as it does in the United States.
And I'm going to pick up off that as far as visas and the law. In Brazil, just FYI, your visa is an automatic 180 days. I know they're changing the visa requirements now, so I don't know if the days change. But every 12 months, you get 180 days right off the rip. At least as an American, right off the rip, 180 days. So that's a beautiful thing about Brazil. It's 180 days. Yeah, you can stay through it. That's half the year, which is great. But the law in Brazil, South America in general South and Central America in general has a lot of corruption. And Brazil, from what I've heard, these aren't my quotes, these are from Brazilians and other people that know. Brazil is one of those places. I compare Brazil to living in the United States back in 1985, where you could pay off the police and they wouldn't come to your neighborhood. You ever heard about that kind of stuff? Brazil is still like that. Okay, in those favelas, they literally have their own laws and the police don't go back there. There's plenty of people killing people and the police know about it, or they're turning a blind eye and they don't do anything about it. It's not like that in the United States. It used to be. You murder somebody in the United States, you probably going to jail. So I can 100% agree and have some sort of experience with what he just said for sure.
Let's say, for example, like the brother said, somebody stole something from him in Dominican Republic. Now he has to go out there and pay somebody to do their job because that other person who stole it from them is going to get scot-free. And then also, you're not a citizen of that country. So a lot of things happen to you. You're not at the advantage you are in the country. For example, things become more expensive. People try to cheat you. You're less protected by the law. Healthcare is not as good. Institutions are not that good. Your money may or may not be protected. It is very difficult to send a lot of times large sums of money without your bank being notified and being flagged off and stuff overseas to your accounts. It's just...
Yeah. Tell me about it. When I was in Brazil, I remember on New Year's Day of 2023, so the first day of 2023 this year, I never carried cash. I had no food because I didn't have any money. And Fred was somewhere too far away. And I had nothing because my accounts were locked. And I didn't have a US phone number anymore, so I couldn't just call like I wanted to. So that is a huge issue. Go watch my video about what bank accounts, what cards, phone services, passport bros need. Get a Wise card, get a Cash App card, get a Google Fi phone number. Keep your accessibility to the United States as far as your phone number, and keep your banks where they are basically, they're going to work everywhere in the world with no transaction fees. Cash App has transaction fees, but Wise cards don't.
You know, it's a lot of stuff. And then the everyday life, you know, when you're buying stuff, when you're getting goods and services, sometimes people are not going to deliver the goods and services at the same international standard. Doing business in other countries is quite difficult. And for a lot of guys, it's more expensive than what you think. You know, that's just the truth. People talk about, oh, okay, I'm moving to Africa. It's very expensive to do business in Africa. You need a lot of times professional stuff. If it's not there, you need to ship it over. That costs money. You need to clear taxes. That costs money. All right. Like if you want to have a drone, I mean, that's a big deal. You know, in Uganda, that is something that you can't even do. So a lot of guys may end up going back to the United States because you're not used to the challenges that happen overseas. And I'm going to do another...
Luckily, the countries I've been to haven't had those extreme challenges where you can't fly a drone. But I'm headed to Uganda this year, so we'll see. Maybe Africa, well, I don't know. I'm not going to say maybe. For sure, Africa has a lot more struggles than, I guess, the 5 countries I've been to.
Follow-up video on this by itself. But here's another reason I think that the brother might want to leave, and that is the migration of the passport pookies coming in. Now, Brother TaylorMadeDreams is going to be moving towards Thailand and places like Cuba. Why did he probably mention those? Well, number one, those are much more expensive to go to and harder to get into. But here's another thing too. A lot of brothers are in Dominican Republic, and then when they go there, they want to always see you.
Let me tell y'all something. The dudes that just had on their cap and gown and they got guns, guys, if you go to Central and South America acting like that as a foreigner, you will die. You will die. And it's sad that I have to say this, but if you go to South and Central America trying to be tough American, you will probably die that same day. Okay, there's no Brazilian gang, there's no Colombian gang that's going to have you thinking you can come over there running they shit. And they're a lot more ruthless down there. Because a lot of times they don't go to jail.
Always want to hang out with you, always want to party. And then a lot of times you have brothers that, you know, I'm not going to say it's not going to happen. You do have those passport pookies who cause problems and they cause beefs. And you have shady business dudes going out there, shady businessmen going out there, brothers causing problems, and you're not able to enjoy yourself because here these dudes are all the time, and you're known, you're on YouTube. I mean, I can tell you almost every country that I go to, without me, people knowing that I'm there, I'm always recognized. I was in Lagos, somebody recognized me. You could be in South Africa, somebody recognized you. Dubai, somebody recognizes you. Now imagine if you told somebody like, I permanently live in Dubai, or I'm here all the time. You would have a myriad of people coming up to you all the time. And that's something that, you know, I think as a brother, as TaylorMadeDreams, it's a lot to handle, a lot to deal with. You know what I mean? And a lot of black men haven't thought about adjusting to that everyday life, another place. It's not easy. People do things differently. People do things in other countries that you might feel are backwards. It doesn't make any sense. Sometimes waitresses get orders hella wrong. And then, the quality of service is terrible. It's bad. You can pay people for things and they don't do the right thing. And like I said, it's frustrating as hell. Even if you're making a lot of money overseas in a certain business, just the frustration of what goes on every day, immigration, things taking long times to happen. Something that may take you 1 week in the States might take you 4 or 5 months in another country.
I'm gonna let y'all know, I never got too many orders wrong when I was living in Salvador, but most places take a very long time to bring your food. And with there being a language barrier for most of y'all, that doesn't make it any better.
You gotta bribe people? Yeah, that bribing part, it's too much to handle. And then if you're wrong, here's the situation. If you're right and you get an attitude like you would in the States, you're typically gonna hurt your chances of getting it the correct way. Like imagine this, somebody owes you $2,000 or they're late producing something for like a government visa or stamp, and then you're yelling at them. You might not get it at all because people are gonna look at it like you're being disrespectful as a foreigner. You gotta look at those things. And that's why a lot of passport bros need to be really cautious and do your research.
Exactly. The whole, I'm gonna show my ass at this restaurant because they took too long on my food. You're not in the United States anymore, dude. Lose that attitude. They were late making your food and you think you're gonna go in there and show your ass? Number one, they could call the police on you. You don't want that to happen. You really don't. Number two, you might get your ass whooped at the restaurant. Okay? You might want that to happen. It need to happen, apparently. And number three, what are you really gonna do about it? That's how they gonna look at it. What are you really gonna do? You American? Are you gonna jump behind the counter and whoop me? Oh, really? You in my country? Yeah, that's never too good.
Look at if the facilities are there. Is the internet there? Is the healthcare there? Are the opportunities there? Or do you want to be in the community where it's some drama going on? Because it happens a lot. I'm gonna tell you, in Dominican Republic, it happens in Rio, certain parts of Colombia. I know definitely in Accra, Ghana, Gambia. You gotta watch that kind of stuff. So let me know what you think, guys. It's your boy.
Yes, absolutely is. Just because you are an American and financially and maybe status quo, you have the upper hand over most people. That does not make you exempt from anything. I don't care how safe the society is. You can be in Thailand. You are still a foreigner. And you don't know nothing about Thailand. Okay? You don't know how things really work until you really go live in these places. I was in Salvador 2.5, 3 months, and Fred would tell me stuff about how Salvador works that I didn't know. That was different than Rio. That was from what I've seen with my own eyes, the police in Rio seemed a little more aggressive than they did in Salvador. In Salvador, they seemed more laid back. But I don't know. I'm not from neither one place. All I know is what I've seen. And you don't want to have to find out a lot of stuff the hard way. But let me know what you guys think. Stop going overseas with the American mindset. Being an American, you will be humbled very fast or you will be murdered very fast. And pick which one you want. But give that video a like. Comment, give me another reaction that you want to see next. Give me your true thoughts in the comments, and subscribe if you have not already subscribed. Guys, we will be hitting 52,000 subscribers before tomorrow for sure. So like I said, I think we will be at 60,000 subs at this rate, and I'm gonna keep dropping videos faster. We should be at 60,000 subs before April 1st. So let's make that happen. I appreciate everybody that supports. If you really want to support, my Cash App is $Auston Holleman, PayPal austonholleman@gmail.com. I appreciate everything y'all do. I will see y'all in the next video, and remember, it's really that bad.